we have seen with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is really racism, which is really saying, well, black people just, darn it, they're not smart enough, so we have to give them the handout.
Ooh, the people have had enough. This lady goes off.
See, they say they hate capitalism, but they love to use us and live off of capitalism while they spout an anti-God, anti-America rhetoric. This, the Democratic Party, they promote black women. Particularly if she's a lesbian. Yes. They promote black women who are not even qualified. We have seen with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is really racism, which is really saying, well, black people just, darn it, they're not smart enough, so we have to give them the handout. And you're pushing black women who are not qualified. Dr. Claudine Gay of Harvard. Now the head of diversity at Harvard is also accused, if I have it correctly, of plagiarism. And we'll get to Fannie Willis, who was elected as a DA in Fulton County, Georgia, primarily because she's black, in my opinion. And we've seen case after case. But the black man, where is he? That's done deliberately. And it started really in the 60s, where the Democrats pushed policy, right, that said to women, particularly black women, you don't need a man in the home. We'll give you more money if you're single. And I grew up in the 70s and I saw the effects. I saw it in the 80s, the broken home. Now it's more dysfunctional home where you have some women with 8 children by 5 different fathers. They don't know who their fathers are, in and out. It has almost destroyed the black community. But they're doing it in a different way now. They're promoting black women and want black men to be down here. And I think black men sense that. And they know that Trump relates to them. They relate to Trump very well. The evil Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is a foot soldier.
Oh, yeah, for the globalists.
Elite.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Barack Obama was a plant.
Yes.
He was. And now they want to put Michelle.
Barack Obama was, a plant. He did nothing for the black community.
Nobody even knows who he is.
Did he ever come back to Chicago with as much crime to talk to young black men? He doesn't give a damn.
He doesn't.
Barack Obama is a curse on this nation. So is Joe Biden.
I think it's the black. Yes.
We provide the money for his Marxist socialist programs, pushing abortion in Africa and other things. He didn't care about us.
No.
He didn't care. That gave rise to Trump, because Trump actually listened to us. He actually cares. Many of us, it was bad. At least Bill Clinton BS'd and said, I feel your pain. But at least he said it. Barack Obama didn't give a damn. He should have never been elected. Before he was elected in 2008, my mother sent, may God rest her soul, letters to black churches, warning them about Barack Obama.
Wow.
Saying he was so ungodly. I said, Mom, that's harsh. She wrote it anyway. And everything my mother said, may God rest her soul, was right. He hates this country, but he wants to live off the fat of the land. Like the founders of Black Lives Matter. They don't give a damn about black people. They didn't have to spend one dime to help build a black business. But these lesbians, they bought homes in predominantly white neighborhoods. See, they say they hate capitalism, but they love to use us and live off of capitalism while they spout an anti-God, anti-America rhetoric.
So right. They got you in a
black community. They put us in danger. No, not all black people are drug dealers or this or that, but you're harming the average black who lives in an area that is high crime. When you talk about defund the police, and we saw the other day in New York City, where you have illegals beating up NYPD officers. That went viral. But under Trump, something like that would have been dealt with immediately. He would have spoken out immediately. Alvin Bragg, from what I understand, helped them to get out.
No bail. No.
Yeah,
He did.
no bail. There is a concern among Democrats that the vote for Trump is hardening within the black community. It's solidifying. It's not just a passing fancy. And I think Democrats both black and white liberals, they're panicking. Some of the reasons why blacks, particularly black men, are drawn to Trump is that he puts America first. He puts Americans first. We see that Joe Biden and his administration, they're now in this battle with the state of Texas to cut down the barbed wire. We, ladies and gentlemen, have essentially an invasion of our country going on.
Agreed.
Black people are waking up. All you have to do, I would recommend if you want verification, go on YouTube. Black residents in Chicago, type in Chicago, black people, immigrants. They are fed up. Black people are now feeling the effects. You know, when these liberal mayors, oh, we want to be a sanctuary city, New York, LA, even Newark, New Jersey. We want to be a sanctuary city. But you see, they don't put the illegals where Nancy Pelosi lives, where the elite live. They put them with us. And I'm not anti-anything, but it must be done correctly and fairly. I mean, the hypocrisy of these leftists and liberals is stunning.
Whew. She makes a lot of good points there. She's very well spoken, obviously very enthusiastic, and she's speaking for the most part from the perspective of Black Americans because she is one. But look, I can attest to a lot of what she's saying because I grew up in a welfare house. I grew up in a broken home. I saw my mother incentivized not to be married. I saw many of my mother's friends have conversations explicitly about
another baby on the way, more money from the state.
It's undeniable that these programs incentivize fatherless homes. That's undeniable. And of course, as she's saying, it affects Black Americans disproportionately. It was designed as such. LBJ said as much when he created the Great Society. So everything she's saying here is pretty hard to dispute. Her points on BLM, her points on Black men waking up to Trump and why they like his policies, and more importantly, why the Democrats haven't done anything for them. At some point, you have to just acknowledge the empirical evidence. You have to acknowledge, as they say, your lying eyes, because it's become explicitly obvious, especially to Black people, but to everyone in this country, that the promises the Democrat Party has made to them for decade upon decade are empty. They result in nothing. As I've talked about before, just look at Democrat-run cities who have been Democrat-run for decades. They're in shambles. Drug addiction is rampant. Homelessness is rampant. Black people are suffering in those cities after hearing decade after decade of promises made by the Democrat Party. Like Trump said, what do you have to lose for voting for me? And that message really resonated with them because they looked around like, yeah, dude, you're right. What do I have to lose? I just think this was a very passionate, heartfelt video, and she makes a lot of great points, and I love to see people speaking up like this and speaking out and having their voices heard. Please subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me. See you guys next time.